What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to the Upper 90 YouTube channel. In today's video, we're getting back to talking about Chelsea players, in particular a player that is on loan right now for Southampton. Broja did score today, so we need to talk about some of the stuff that he's been doing and setting with records. Along with that, we need to talk about our left back situation, so stick around as we dive deeper into this. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Mike, huge fan of this sport, and obviously I'm a Chelsea fan, which is typically why we talk about the best team in London. Now, if you agree with that, make sure to hit and subscribe to this video. I greatly appreciate that. Now, like I said, today's video is talking about a player that's on loan right now, Broja, who is at Southampton. Very young player, which again is why we didn't hold on to him for this season, why we sent him out to go get some experience, which he has been doing at Southampton and been doing very, very well. Now, he scored today, which is why we are talking about him, because he did set up some records that I think are very worthy of noting and talking about, which those two things happen to be the following. Broja is the youngest player in the Premier League history to score his first 4 home starts, 20 years, 123 days, and the first player to do so in competition overall since Diego Costa for Chelsea in October 2014. That by itself is looking very promising for the future for this player. I think, again, we are very lucky to be sitting on something like this. I don't know exactly what will happen future-wise for this player because, again, we do have so many players up top, but I think this is a very bright future for this player. If he continues to do what he's doing at Southampton, I think his future at Chelsea could go very, very far. I think, again, the way he plays, the way he runs off and on the ball, is very dynamic, very unique, but again, he has a lot of power for being such a young player. Now, the other stat I want to talk about and mention is that Broja is the youngest player to have scored 5+ goals in the Premier League this season. Again, 20 years, 123 days, and one of the only 2 players under 21 to do so, along with Bakayoko Saka from Arsenal, who happens to have 6 goals. Now, that by itself too is showing how composed this player is. Again, being such a young player under 21, scoring at least 5 goals already in the Premier League. Southampton, again, aren't, I want to say, the best goal scoring team. Yes, they have a few good players around them, but again, they're not known for scoring a whole lot of goals. So again, him getting at least 5 goals right now in the league is massive for this player because, again, he's not getting the starts every game, every week. He is coming off the bench some games, but he did get the start today, and he showed his worth. Again, it was a great ball by Romelu, who just played a super long ball, which, again, I think that's what gave him that extra space to run onto the ball and score that goal. But this, again, is looking very promising for Chelsea. Now, in other news, we need to talk about our left back, Emerson. It doesn't look like he's still on his way back to Chelsea. Chelsea are still trying to figure out what they can do with this player. I think they're offering some compensation for the club since he's been loaned out, and we definitely want to bring him back. I know this is very difficult because anytime you loan a player out, there's not really an option to bring him back halfway through the season because that team itself have gotten so used to having that player that, again, they don't really want to let him go because then they have to fill that role as well, which can be very difficult during the winter transfer window because not too many options out there, and again, they may have to pay more for a player. So again, it makes sense that they don't want to send this player back to Chelsea. So again, hopefully we can figure this out. It doesn't look like Luca Digne is going to be an option either. So again, I think we need to look somewhere else for maybe another loan player, or again, if somehow we can bring back Emerson, that would be great. But we need to find someone because we are lacking in that position along with the right wing back too. So again, we can find someone that can sit in that role for at least half the season for us until the next season or the next window where we can buy maybe a player and then really assess the situation. That would be great because if we buy a player now, it gets very, very difficult to hold on to that player long term because, again, when Ben Chilwell is healthy, most likely he will start. Emerson will come back from loan. We also have Marcus Alonso. So again, there's going to be multiple players in that position. So it makes it very difficult, not only for Chelsea, but Thomas Tuchel to figure out who he needs in that position. So that is all I have for you today in Chelsea's news. If you did enjoy this video, again, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that, and I will see you next time.